everyone! Hello!
Hello.
Yes, how are you guys? Have you eaten your lunch na ba?
No,
Yes.
Oh,
What is lunch?
Dave, okay.
no
You may
lunch.
leave the chat na. Okay. Hi, Kim. Actually, this is my first time meeting Kim, so I'll probably ask you more questions later. Kay, I don't know you. These two people I've seen on a regular basis, so be prepared. But yeah, this will be a very informal chat. We want to hear from you, your experiences, especially in the tech world. And since you're ambassadors, we want to hear from your stories. And since this is a women tech maker ambassador, you might be wondering what is Dave doing here. Like Dave is an ally to women tech makers. So yeah, we also hear from that side, and probably there might be some conversations that he can share that this happens to guys as well. So that's an interesting discussion. Before we begin, I want to give a very quick background of women tech makers in general. Like for the past 9 years, we have celebrated IWD throughout the months of March and April. So April, pasok pa tayo. But as COVID-19 spread and people everywhere went to lockdown, WTM ambassadors had to change their plans. For this year, our community prepared the IW 2021 going virtual. So I think some of us did this last year, but this is actually the first time that the entire Philippines were like, let's do this, have one big event. So it's amazing. And to get this started, I want to ask you guys couple of introductions. Can you talk to us your name, your job role, where you're currently based, and how many years are you active as an ambassador? And how you're feeling na lang, just to lessen the tension. So yeah, anyone wants to start?
Okay, ako na mag-start. Hi everyone, I'm Dave Celo, currently Women Techmaker Ambassador of Bacolod City. I've been an ambassador since 2019 up until present. So currently working as a graphic designer, but transitioning to be a QA for a dev team in our company. So hopefully I'll be pursuing another career in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. You can call another ambassador to share. You have the power to force them to talk.
Franchette, pasok.
All right. So thank you for passing me. Yeah. What I was gonna say. Yeah, so I'm currently a full stack developer for Symph here in Cebu. I've been with Symph for like 4 years already. So ever since being an intern. And I've also, in the same length of time, I've also been part of GDG Cebu, and eventually became the Women Tech Makers ambassador for GDG Cebu as well. So I think I've been an ambassador for like over a year or 2 years, something like that. So I'm very excited to be here, to be with you guys, and share whatever under the sun. So Kim, I guess it's your
Yeah.
turn.
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm the current WTM ambassador for Baguio. I've been the WTM ambassador since 2019 as well. I think the same time as Dave. Also, I just recently transferred to a new job, so I'm now a software engineer for Shadow. I think Lee mentioned Shadow before the first track, so I'm working with her, but I'm on the tech team. So yeah, and I'm a cat person, so I have lots of cats too. I have 4 cats actually. So yeah.
Oh,
Thanks, Kim. So yeah, Franchette is a hamster person, so probably not the same, but yeah, I don't know
I
why I
just
have
love all that.
you love
I
all
just
cats.
love all the elements. Yes.
Okay, now since we already got to know quite a bit about one another, I will proceed with our actual questions. First things first. What is the square root, chart? This one is who is an inspirational woman or person in your life that you look up to, and how does this person influence you into pursuing your career in tech?
I think I can go first. I guess it's kind of cliche or maybe like a sob story or something, but the most inspirational woman for me until now is my mom because she's been very supportive and she shows resilience in everything, and she's just been like um just the support system in our family. And as for tech, though, I think there's a one person I currently admire. I think it's Grace Quick is actually, or also known as Annabelle Chong. She's actually a porn star before, but she transitioned to a different career. She's now in IT. And I think she shows courage in just changing the career and showing that it doesn't matter about what happened prior to what she's doing now. And she's currently like the code queen in Los Angeles. So I think that's pretty cool. And she's very brave. So I really admire the braveness and that just showing that to people too. I think is very awesome. So yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Kim. Anyone who wants Dave, Franchette?
So for me, I think the same as well. My mom, because she's been very supportive of all of us siblings, um, with our talents and our interests. But although she's not a tech person, um, so on that note, I also have, as I got exposed to programming and being in this job and also being an ambassador and organizer, I've met a lot of women boss ladies that I really admire. So one of those would be like Miss Connie of Aleph Talent or Miss Loris of Cavallo and um, Miss Flair of Third Tech Media. If that's all right.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
correct. Third,
That,
like,
so like I look up to them because uh they're very much in control of what they have to do in their life because like they own these companies and they're growing it and nurturing it, and I want to be just like them in a way that I innovate on my own and like create something that could help a lot of people. So yeah.
thanks, Franchette. Dave?
Well, I wasn't really prepared for this question, but lalayo pa ba tayo? The most person that really inspired me the most is my really dear friend, Frances Marie Teves.
Ah! Sige, let's
Yeah,
go.
I wasn't really aware that you'll be the one hosting, but already answered the question a night before. So why you? As for
Oh my God.
everybody who really don't know, Frances and I were college classmates since first year until graduating. Up until now, we're very good friends, even though we're really far away from each other right now. We're islands away. But Frances is just a very empowered woman. She's very ambitious in a way that she aspires something for her life, for her family. And there were times that when we were in school that most of us has really got away na hindi na namin kaya yung IT, but Frances is just the light in our group. Like, she put the mood so light in every hard times we do. And that's why I'm really glad that I pursue IT with Frances, with me, and with my friends. That's all.
Dave naman eh. Parang hindi ako prepared doon. Ano ba?
I wasn't prepared actually too.
This question.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, Dave and I are actually like really good friends. So yeah, I miss you, Dave. But
Don't
yeah,
cry.
it's funny. Like I didn't actually expect that. Okay, let me just brush that off one quickly. But Dave, yeah. I really like that, every one of us like has someone closer to our home, like, that who inspires us, regardless if it's our mom or it's a friend or if it's like a tech leader that we look up to. But, at the end of the day, we also like should be inspired by ourselves, because like, like we forget, like, you're also awesome. So yeah, with hearing all your job introductions earlier, like I was like, okay, this is a good, like, everyone has something that they should be proud of. So I just wanted to say that, because we are, oh wait, let me just, I think my camera got disconnected. Wait, let me just fix that. Technical problem tayo, di ba? My camera got shy because Dave talked about me. So like, yan, okay, and then we're back. So yeah, like, because of our hashtag courage to create, like, we also have to have courage and confidence in ourselves, because we can indeed achieve something great and awesome. Okay, next question is, for the years, like women tech makers or GDG in general, actually, since we're both closely related, have been creating or organizing in-person events. Now that this change, like the pandemic 2020, caused or pushed a lot of communities to go out of our comfort zone and to go online, virtual. What's the hardest part of actually planning, online events? Like, what have you done in the past few months, or years, or even right now, like with Women Tech Makers 21? Like, what have we done so far? Like, how does it feel? How hard it is to actually do an online event?
For I'll answer. For online events, it has its own set of challenges. Um, Needless to say, though, I still think in-person events are have a lot more challenge in them. But of course, for online events, there's the difficulties with connecting to the internet. Sometimes in different areas, internet can get spotty, as well as for GDG Cebu right now, we're doing the technical live stream. We're in charge of it, so it's kind of challenging to learn new skills to like do the all the transitions and all the overlays, and like how to coordinate with each other and learning as we go. um, and also another challenge would be getting engagement from the audience, because easily in a live event, you can have like hundreds or even 1,000 people attend an event, but because we're online, people can just alt tab or have two different screens, so there's not as many of an engagement with the audience as a live event.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's so hard to get engagement. Like, have you tried hosting something and then like no one replies to you? Like, what is this awkward silence? Please help me. Any any others? Kim, how about you?
Actually, I prefer online events rather than like in person because I'm very much of an introverted person. So I get scared when I get to socialize with a huge group of people. So I prefer like this simple like groups. But I think the hardest part with online events, I think, is I feel bad. Aside from what Franchie mentioned, I feel bad about not giving much to our volunteers, especially because before we can have like an after party to show our gratitude, to give them something in return. But now it's really hard to just interact with them. So I wish I could do more for our volunteers, and I wish I could do more to for our community, even though it's an online event. So I guess that's the hardest part, like knowing what to do in terms of like helping the community and helping the volunteers.
Yeah, thanks, Kim. Dave?
Well, considering that this is a virtual event and kind of a big event as well because of collaboration of six different chapters in the Philippines, the number one challenge for me, I think, is, and I believe this, the planning stage. Because every one of us is different places. We are really far, so it's hard to collaborate in terms and coordinate in terms of time because some of us works at night, some of us works at day, or some of us has prior engagement in times of in a schedule where we are really need to plan or do a meeting. But I think that this challenge had really made us more capable and efficient in a way that even that we know that it is hard, we can still pull through this event. And also, I think most of the points that that I list down was already mentioned by Franchette. Participants has been had a great impact when in terms of online event due to most are interest level could be very low, and then connectivity of internet as a medium to be used for the live event, and unforeseen circumstances like in electricity interruptions and all. So it can be challenging, but hopefully hopefully these challenges or problems will not arise right now. So I'm very hopeful for that.
Yeah, please no. Like PLDT, wag naman po. Like, manawagan po tayo sa lahat ng tao. Wag po tayo mamatayan ng kuryente. But
Yeah.
yeah, just to also add, like, all valid points. Like, I'm actually a bit happy that we're going virtual because, like, we can now collaborate with another, even if, like, we're in the safety of our own homes. Like before, I don't know, like, I think Franchette has encountered this. We had to fly in from different parts of the Philippines just to give a talk. And then right now, like, you can get a speaker from the US to talk to like this local event, which is an amazing opportunity. And then one also is, like, I think especially the rise of online classes, we see that a lot of people are struggling to get devices and internet. So, like, the Philippines has really not the best quality when it comes to internet connection, and not everyone has access to it. So yeah, probably in the next couple of years we'll see, like, how can we, like, tech communities, like, actually go to, like, encourage other people offline, because I think that's the best pro for offline events, because if you don't have internet, just come there and then you can learn something new. But right now, like, you have to load yourself, you have to get good camera or PC just to join this. So yeah, I hope that
If you don't have internet, just come there and then you can learn.
Sorry. My phone just.
I was like, okay, see, but yeah, we have those technical problems still here in online and in virtual. So yeah, it's still fun. Okay, next question. We've talked about the hard, like, okay, what's the best part? I think I answered a bit, like, what's the best part now? Like, because we're going online. What's the best part? Like, you can say, like, one word or like a sentence. What's the best part of having online events? Let's start with
Less
Dave now.
expenses.
Less
Less
expenses.
expenses. Yeah. You
Diba?
don't need to rent a bigger venue.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
true.
need to provide food, something like that. So it's really very ideal sometimes if you're just a small community
Mhm.
that you don't have enough budget to host a physical event if the situation is normal. So online event is also one of the best option. If you lack budget, you lack sponsor, at least you can pull through an event even without the need of money.
Yes. Yes, correct. Less expenses. What else? Collaboration, probably. The one I answered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, but you already said it a while ago. But yeah, I would also agree with Dave. But I just wanted to highlight, like, with virtual events, it has um, given us the flexibility to share with the people, and as well as really commit to our goal of, like, letting or helping people learn in any circumstance. So, like, that's why we're organizers, right? We want to help other people get into technology and learn programming. And I'm really glad that we get this chance to share this online, even though there's a pandemic. We're able to do that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that too. And I think we have more reach as well since it's an online event, so people can like replay the videos and such to check in. Also for people who are like me who are very like introverted, I think this one is a good excuse to not socialize with a lot of people because sometimes like the anxiety of it is really like different to for different people. So yeah.
Thank you, guys. Now let's proceed to another question. This actually, I'm just actually choosing from the cheat sheet that I have, but I do like this one since um women tech makers was actually started because we want to promote diversity and inclusion, and then get someone up, especially if they're from the underrepresented group. I want to know, like, in your careers, or this is more targeted to women in tech. But Dave, if you have an similar experience, feel free to share it. Like, have you ever felt that you need to prove yourself or to really study hard and to perform to a specific standard? And you can also share something that might be personal in your job or in your day-to-day activities. And if you know a similar story from an underrepresented group, you can share it without like sharing the actual person's name if they're not really open to sharing it.
I'll start. Okay.
I love that, Dave.
Well, in our company recently, I experienced how divisive our company. Um, Previously, we have two different departments. We have the NOC support and OC support department, and which is most of it are um, graduated from ECE, Electronics Communication Engineer, and we have the LNP department, which is local number porting department. So when I say that our company is divisive, because the NOC support department was mostly male. No, all of them are male. And then the LNP department are all female. But there's this girl from LNP department who really took the courage to tell the manager or the supervisor of the NOC support department that she really wanted to be on a support team, and and then they gave her the chance to not really to prove herself, but they give her the chance to really work what she really wanted. And by that time, our company has opened and more inclusive right now. So the NOC support has already three female employees, and the LNP support has also had a male employee. So I think that sometimes a company would impose a rule or a category, maybe depending on what they really like or what they prefer to have as an employee. But sometimes, if you are willing to really work on what you really wanted, even though that you're not part of that category, you can still work on what you really wanted to do. There is
Thank
my
you, Dave.
story.
Thanks, Dave. Kim, Franchette, do you have like stories like that, or um, you know,
Yeah.
other things to share?
Fortunately, in my company now, like everyone, it's like a very diverse company, and we don't have any like discrimination. Actually, have two male developers and two female developers. I think that's pretty cool. So I don't feel the need to prove myself because I think like the code will speak for itself too. So but on my previous company, I was actually a team lead for a very male dominant team. Like most of them are male. I think just one is female. So that was very hard because sometimes people um, like you have it's not that they meant to do it, but you have to make sure that your voice is heard, that your opinion is valid. So you have to voice out your opinions as well, and it matters what you say. Like it doesn't really have to be because you're female. Just because you're a team lead, you have to be like the boss and just make sure that you get your shit done. So sorry
Yeah,
for the word,
bleep.
but sorry, but yeah, but sometimes I just felt that I have to voice out my opinions, and sometimes I have that imposter syndrome as well. Like, is my opinion really valid, or are they doubting me because like I'm the first female lead from the team? So sometimes we have that, but we just have to make sure that we voice out our opinions, or we make sure that we are heard, and we just set a good example, or just show what we can do. Like, we women can code. They just check out their projects, check out our GitHub projects or something. So yeah.
Thanks, Kim. Franchette.
All
Fun
right.
fact:
So
you and I are from the same company, so like, yeah. Do we
yes,
have?
but we're
Yeah.
not on the same team. But I've met Frances also has been the GDG lead before me. So yeah. um. So on my part, um, other than uh, I I am part of like a really nice company in terms of like we are very diverse and very open with each other, and we don't feel like we're judged, but nonetheless, I will mention I have ADHD as well, because um, I don't say that to gain sympathy from people. I'm very vocal about it because I want people to be aware that even though we have these uh, disorders, or maybe for others disabilities, we can still do great things. So in my part, because of that, of me having ADHD, um, I felt the need to work longer hours, because my focus isn't as good as a neurotypical brain, or like the normal brain. So um, there's always been imposter syndrome, and the feel the need for me to like excel at different things, so that I felt like I was taken seriously, um even though people did take me seriously. I still felt the need to like step it up because of that. So I think that's what I can say.
Thank you, Franchette, and thank you, Kim and Dave, for sharing your stories. Um, I also just want to give a quick shout out to the people who commented, like, "Hi, Justin. Hi, Van. Hi, Darren. Go, Dave, and Rochelle." Like, you have a lot of supporters, and Jack as well. So hi, and I'll
Hi.
answer one question from our audience. What random stranger from this is from YouTube? What random stranger has had the biggest impact on your life? Because it's like this is a fun question. Like, I get got you thinking. Like, do you have a random stranger who had the impact? I'll give you like 2 minutes probably to think. Miss Universe starts now. And with this, I just want to thank our sponsors, Accenture Philippines, for co-presenting this event, and of course in cooperation with Interview Solutions Incorporated and powered by Google. Also supported by Developer Student Clubs USTP and One Alive PH. Do we have an answer na ba?
Well, I don't really know any random person because I'm so friendly. Like
Or
I know
maybe,
everybody.
maybe not
So I
random. How about that, like a tech person that you don't know? Like someone, like for example, you can say, oh, you just read this person's bio, like oh, you say Bill Gates, like that's a random person, but like,
mhm.
yeah, like someone who is not really that famous, but you have sort of like low key stalked their lives, and then like, like yeah, like either I want to be like them or I don't want to. Like they had a big impact.
Actually have one. He's very like a stranger kind of, but like because his name is actually August, and I think he's in the audience right now. And
Oh,
every GDG event, every WTM event, he's there to support and is very active in the community. So I really admire like the resilience, the tenacity is just going through every event and just listening, like really listening, taking down notes and asking questions. I really admire that, and it's very lovely to see someone that active, and it gives you hope that there are also other people, that it's not just like you randomly talking, it's not just you just trying to make sense out of the event, but they really see what you're trying to do and they really feel that you're trying to help the community. So he has made a big impact, especially in our community in GDG Baguio. So I'm very thankful to him. And I think Van knows him well. And everyone actually, the GDG community knows him well. So yeah, he's like one of the random strangers, I think, that has made a big impact. Yeah.
yes. Thank you. And to thank you to everyone who continues to support GDG events. Like, you are our heart and soul. Like, I think we won't be a community without the participants. So keep on coming, give us feedback, join us in our events. How about you, Franchette? Do you have a random stranger in mind?
I have a very bad memory, so um, but um, I'll just think of like someone like a well-known person. Maybe it's kind of controversial, but I really like the work of Elon Musk on how he's like innovating a lot of things. Like he's a very forward thinker, although sometimes he has controversial tweets. But in terms of like innovation and technology and the future, I really aspire to be someone like him as well. So I guess that's my random stranger person. Yeah.
Thanks, Franchette. Dave,
Yeah, wala talaga.
you don't have a random stranger.
Yeah.
Diba? You're so friendly. Okay, see, we have a couple of minutes left before we end this session. I just want to ask this one. It's very important. What does International Women's Day mean to you? The Miss Universe number 2 question. Diba? Do we have... How
Um,
about you, Dave? Oh, you already have an answer, Franchette?
yeah. It's just a short answer. I think it's all about visibility of the women in tech, as well as a celebration of what all all of them can do, and I think that's a beautiful thing. That's
Yeah,
it.
true, true. Thanks, Franchette. Dave, I will ask
Okay.
you, Dave. Like, what does International Women's Day mean to you? Not like you, because you are an ally
I'm
of
not a
women
woman.
techmakers.
I'm not a woman, but
Yes, yes.
well, basically the main goal of International Women's Day is to celebrate women with their achievements, either in their life or in their career. But I also believe that IWD is a reminder for every woman to be strong, independent, empowered. IWD is to encourage every woman to stand what they think it's right or
Mm,
what they really believe. Um, because success is not based on gender. Everyone is has the ability to become greater,
thank you, Dave. Success is not about gender. Everyone has the ability to become
greater.
what's the greater,
Yeah.
I love it. See, Kim, to close it.
I think International Women's Day is is a time to reflect on our like progress made by women and to call for change and to celebrate the acts of courage and determination by ordinary women who have played like extraordinary role in the history or in the like different countries and different communities and have shown resilience throughout, like especially during this pandemic. Like we know that women have rose through the different challenges right now. So I think it's time to celebrate them, and it's time to show that we have like the courage to create.
Thank you, Kim. And like this is my final na. I think my timekeeper told me na time's up. But I just really want to ask this question. If you can describe your career in tech in one word, or that word should also be an advice to the audience watching right now, what would it be? Like one word that embodies you, your career, and also like an advice to other people.
Hmm. I think one word would be magical.
Magical.
'Cause- yeah, because actually I feel like I'm a wizard sometimes when I code. It's like typing a simple script or just writing a simple code, and then you see it running on your UI is very magical. Like, wow, I did this. So yeah, I think it's magical. Like, I feel like I am a magician. Like, who doesn't want to work as a magician? So yeah, I think that's one word, magical.
Thank you, Kim. Dave or Franchette, what one word?
Okay, for me, I think it's crazy.
Crazy. That escalated quickly.
I, um, for the past 4 years, I work as a graphic artist, graphic designer for marketing and sales. Um, but it's a big leap for me to work as a QA because for for my past experience, I'm really that I'm too far from immersing myself in uh, tech related work. So for me, being right now training for QA is a really crazy experience. Um, I had inhibitions at first, but I'm loving what I'm really doing right now. So it's crazy and it's fun, and I'm happy.
Thank you, Dave. 3 words yan ha. May,
Yeah,
may
may
additional.
pa-bonus. Plus points ba
Okay.
yan?
Franchette.
I would say mine is adventurous because like working in tech you get to pick different fields and choose your own path. So like it's kind of like an adventure book where you like figure out what you want to do now, and then in the next 5 years you might want to do something else, and there's gonna be new work, new jobs that could come out of like the advancement of technology. So like I'm excited for the future of what how's that gonna be for me. And in that sense, I think it's also a reminder that we should always keep learning and keep us up to date.
Yes. Thank you. And this wraps up the Women Tech Makers Fireside Chat. And then before you transition us, I just want to take a quick photo because all the women tech makers, that smile, everyone. Okay, I'll take the screenshot. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you, everyone. And I hope you will continue joining us in the next couple of sessions. The next part of the show will be a quiz. So we will be giving prizes to those who can answer awesome tech questions that we have prepared for you. And thank you again, Franchette, Kim, and Dave from Bacolod, Baguio, and Cebu. We'll see you later in our virtual after party. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Thank you.